everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, amateur call sign K0BJJ. You're watching Spider Jetting. Today we have a ARES topic. I want to talk to everyone about AARs, after action reports, after action reviews. This is something your ARES management should be doing after an activity. And the reason why I want to talk about these things is because it enables you to look at what you did, what you can improve on, and what went well. Allows you to pat yourself on the back on what you did well, and improve on things in the future. So I'm going to flip over to the other screen and going to go through a template that I have made up that works extremely well. And then we're going to talk about more so, why you would do this. When would you use an AAR after the fact? So, if this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and check out that QR code there if you want to help out other ways. With that, let's get over to the screen. So, as you can see on the screen right now, we have a template for an after-action report for the Jasper County Amateur Radio Emergency Services team. This template has all the basics. What did you do? The date, time, year, who wrote the report, their call sign, their title, because you can have an assistant do this. Typically, I would do this as the emergency coordinator. But if your EC is not on scene and doesn't have firsthand knowledge, maybe you want your net control operator that was there or your assistant who was there to write the report, because it's good to have first-hand knowledge. Timeline. Says right what it needs, a copy of the log. So your net control log, copy paste. From that net control log, you're going to form your narrative. So the difference between your timeline and your narrative is the timeline's the bullet points, the narrative is the context. So if you were doing a race event, race started at 0600. That's your log. Narrative would be more like, at 0600, the crosstown marathon started. We had an estimated 75 runners. We had stations set up at the various checkpoints. It adds context to your log. What I put on there also is I want to know the number of team members I had involved with my organization. And this was a drill template also, so the members who I contact about an absence. So if a team member had to work, that's where I'd be like, okay, AB123 or whatever the call sign could not make it due to work, was not able to volunteer due to family, was not able to make it. Just some kind of context to why they weren't there. It was important for me, might not be important for you. Absence without contact. So this is the person that wants to be part of the team and has no communication with you whatsoever. They don't want to do anything. They just want the name team title only. So you send out, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to be involved? They don't get back to you. Absence without contact. And then people that are not part of your local team. So check-in's not part of J-Cares. So for a drill, if we did a simplex drill, this would be anyone in listening that wasn't part of your team. If you brought in an outside organization, say you're located in Mason City and you brought in people from Decorah, from Algona, that's where you would list these people. They're not part of your direct team, but they're assistant. And then comments. Now the comment section is where the net controller as a whole can list what they felt happened, or whoever's writing this report, not necessarily net control. What they felt went well, what they felt didn't go well, if there was any problems, what they were. And then at the end of report, and their signature. Basic template can be modified anywhere you need to, but it gives you, this report gives you an entire overview of the event that happened. So why is this important? Well, this is important so that way we can go back and we can make corrections to what went wrong. If you had an absolutely perfect event, I will say there is no such thing as an absolutely perfect event. You won't have any need for corrections. But by going through this and looking at it step by step, you can determine the strengths, the weaknesses, and figure out a plan to how to improve those weaknesses. So that way we're constantly evolving, constantly growing. Say you had outside agency involvement with you guys. Say it worked really well. Say it didn't work really well. Now this is a document you can take into a hot wash with other organizations and say, hey, this is what we feel we did really well. This is where we feel we need to improve. What's your feedback? Or you can go with your team and do the exact same thing. Because just because the person filling out this report felt communication was amazing, the guy at the finish line of this race or whatever, the guy at the tail end might not feel that way. So this puts into context what you can have to discuss later on to list improvements. And this is very important. This AAR should be completed at the end of an activity, so that way you can sit down with your team or other teams and figure out what really went well, what did not, and how are we going to go about improving it. Because the goal is improvement. We always strive for perfection. We will never get perfection, but we always strive for perfection. There's always something we can work on. Maybe someone had a 2-minute transmission and it could have been 30 seconds. So that would be, we need to cut down on our transmission time. We need to figure out how to sum it up. Something. Maybe someone didn't give enough information. Hey, we need to add more contacts in our transmissions. Their here was not enough. Who's here? Stuff like that. The timers, whatever. We could go through and we can figure out what went well, what didn't go well, what actions we need to take, and if there was an outside influence, how we reacted to it and how we can react to it better next time. So I hope you found this educational. I know this really wasn't an entertaining subject. It wasn't a Parks on the Air thing. But I just want to show you guys the importance of how this can help you. It's something that needs to be done. And if it's not done, you're going to make the same mistakes over and over again. It's putting documentation to an event that you did. And that way you can improve for the next time. So I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. And we'll see you on the next video.